Hey everybody, I'm Mah-Dry-Bread. Welcome to this stream through of Disciples Sacred Lands. I am having such a blast of nostalgia right now, just enjoying this music. Got the game working recently on Good Old Games, and I grew up with this game. I got it in a pack of games, of like bargain bin games, with something that's name I forget, and Kanung Legend of the North, of which I'm the only guy on all of YouTube who's Let's Played Kanung Legend of the North, because man, is that game impossible to get running. I did a Let's Play of part of Disciples 2 like 5 years ago. Don't go look that up, just because I was insufferably impossible to watch back then. But I just really want to play this. So we're probably just going to do every saga, which is every main campaign, in the general order of what I believe the plot is. And we're just going to do that, because that's really fun. So, if I remember the plot right, and you might crucify me for this, I believe the order you're supposed to do the campaigns is Empire, which is like the humans. Then you do the Mountain Clans, which is the dwarves. Then you do the Undead Hordes, and you finish with the Legions of the Damned, which are the demons. Finn Balor. We're going to start with the Empire. Also, if you're wondering about like these blank spaces at the top and bottom, that's just how the game is. That'll go away when we're in the actual gameplay. Yes, I know everybody. I forgot what day of the week it was. I was trying to give the YouTube audience a nice intro. I don't know why it always defaults to easy. There we go. Oh, and I had to do a little bit of finagling to fix some issues, so if you ever can't see my cursor on screen, chat, tell me, and I can do a thing that doesn't look very pretty, but it fixes it. I want you guys to be able to follow my cursor. So a really cool thing about this game, and I believe this carries across the entire saga, so we need to make our big decision now, is you can pick to be a warrior lord, a mage lord, or a guild master right off the bat. So this is actually a really, really big choice that you make before going into a quest or a saga, which is like a campaign. Warrior Lord, all of your units across your whole empire regenerate 15% of their hit points every single day. That's awesome. Mage Lord, it costs half as much to resources to research a spell, and every spell can be cast twice a day. And only Mage Lords can learn the 5th level of magic, although only advanced quests and later in the saga can you do that anyway. And guild masters, it says here like research is limited 4th level and blah blah blah. That's just a normal non-mage thing. I don't know why they worded it that way. But thieves can perform more actions, and cities require 50% less gold to grow. So you can pay to grow a city, so it has better defenses and can have more people in its garrison. So it's cheaper to do that, and your thieves have lots of things they can do rather than just a couple. So I've already decided what I'm going to do for each thing ahead of time. I already have a general idea, so I can show off all of them. In general, I find Warrior Lord to be the most convenient because the health regeneration while walking around really keeps you on top of your tasks very quickly, which is super, super useful. But I couldn't think of a better person to pick this with than Empire with Mage Lord. The main reason is I want to show off the magic early in the game because it is really cool. And also, if we're doing clans second, clans mesh really well with Warrior Lord. So we're going to do Warrior with them. Then with Undead, we're going to do Guildmaster. And we might go Mage again with Legion of the Damned. I'm not entirely sure how I want to go with that. So we're going to go Mage Lord. So normally, researching a spell costs about double as much as casting the spell. Instead, it'll cost the same as casting the spell, which makes it much cheaper. And every spell can be cast twice a day. So as long as we have the resources to, we can cast an individual spell twice, which is also quite powerful. All of these abilities are powerful if you know how to use them. Seen Mah-Dry-Bread and Mah-Dry-Bread, but never combo Mah-Dry-Bread deliberate. I have no idea what you're talking about, sorry. And then this is just changing our portrait, how we want to look. There's some cool looking portraits here. As much as I like this guy, I think I kind of have to go with the snooty looking guy. Mah-Dry-Bread, I like it.
Few humans would live to relate the dreadful events that shattered the Empire. Unable to withstand the invasion of the legions of the damned, the humans withdrew to the east. The false rumor about the king's death served well an ambitious noble named Bernard of Cahuzac. He assembled a small force and captured an important city named Andros. The last standing humans knew that their salvation resided in the capture of the city. It stood as a fortress between the Empire and the legions of the damned.
All right, so that is going to be our front line. We need to beat the first mission by capturing the city of Andros. Andros's enemies are my enemies. Sorry, I played a lot of Star Fox 64 growing up. Your nickname in-game. Yeah, Mah-Dry-Bread is spelt with dashes. It just isn't on Twitch because I couldn't do that. Back when I first made a Twitch account, that was impossible. Anyway, let me know if you can see my cursor okay here, everybody, because I can fix things if it's not working. So this is our game screen. You can see this window here is like the game. Over here, we have a mini-map. We can scroll around and everything. These up here, this is a list of how much land we own and how much land the Legion of the Damned owns. That doesn't really matter in this stage very much. Can see cursor. Good, got it. In every single stage, you start with a capital, which is this building right here. It's very beautiful. I love it. This is something you'll notice with these games is Disciples 2 has better gameplay and they refined things overall a lot better, but Disciples 1 has a lot of personality, more personality even than Disciples 2, I would say. So you can see like what everything looks like here. This is our capital. It's really nice looking. As a mage lord, we start with a magic tower, which means we can research spells right off the bat. You can build one building a day with your gold, which you get every turn. And you can see most buildings are locked. It's just blank. This is because we're at the very beginning of the game. As the Empire, we excel at being able to get all 3 levels of the warrior branch, as well as we have healers, and most teams don't have healers. In fact, I believe in this game, the only team with healers are the Empire. Although I think there might be a heal spell for the clan. I'm not sure. Anyway, also as a mage leader, our starting hero, you can buy heroes. They're the ones who walk around the map and you fight with and all of that. Your starting one is going to be the mage hero. Every team has like a mage hero, ranger hero, and a warrior hero. We start with our mage one, who is Kildare by default. This cool-looking old-timey wizard guy does 30 damage to all enemies with a global lightning strike. Very useful. I like him. I'm a pretty big fan of him. I like the Ranger Lord the most in general because he's very, very mobile. He's like an archer. He can hit any row of enemy, but he only picks a single target. So we have a leadership of 3. We're allowed to have 3 slots of people. So we're going to take a fighter right there so we have someone to defend us. Always take a healer as the Empire. It's one of their biggest advantages is that they have healers. I could take an apprentice. Let me just remind myself here. At the first level, yeah, an apprentice would become a mage, which is 30 damage. So pretty much the same as what we do right now. Now, a really weak point of the Empire is they only have 1 upgrade for their archers to get a marksman. 40 damage, pretty nice. It's accurate, 85 accuracy, high initiative, so he attacks early. He's a bit of a mage killer. He'd be more useful now than later in the game. But I might honestly just go 2 fighters. I'm considering 2 fighters, actually. If only his name was Nick. Oh, because Archmage Nick, and then he's an Archmage. Yeah, I got it. This person right here, by the way, is the person you can never take at your capital. Every capital has a ridiculously powerful person that can't be taken out, which is why I've actually never seen a capital get taken, although I believe it's possible. I don't really feel the need for an archer right now. What I'm going to do is hire another fighter and bring them on and make a party kind of like this. Do I want a party like that? Yes, I think I'm okay with this. I also brought over my items here, which is some healing items. Do heroes carry over like in 2? Kind of. They carry over from level to level in the Saga mode, which is what we're doing, but you cannot import heroes in quests and multiplayer. Okay, and we're allowed to build 1 building per day. You don't always have to build a building, but I like to usually do that early. Normally, I would go down the Knight list just because you have further potential to level up. But this early in the game, we're not actually allowed to do any of these buildings until we go into another level anyway, and we'd be rebuilding buildings. So we may as well go with the Witch Hunter by going down the Chapel path. So the reason for this is you can see the Knight and the Witch Hunter are very similar. They both do 50 damage, same accuracy, initiative. The main difference is the Witch Hunter has 25 less health, but he's immune to mind. So any kind of mind effect doesn't work on him. This means things like paralysis don't work on him. So he's good at fighting mostly the undead. Now we're against the Legion of the Damned here, but we're still gonna be running into mind effects. So I'd rather that. I'll sacrifice 25 health for that. The mage, we don't need the library. We do need either the monastery or the sanctuary. So sanctuary gets us priests. They heal 40 health on a single target. Whereas the monastery gets us cleric, which heals 20 health, but on all of our team. So both are very, very good. And just checking my phone to see if my wife's message is important. Streaming and yes. She said, want good food? There we go. We're good. Also, for city development over here, that isn't involved with the units, we have Mage Tower, which we start with. Guild, which is what you require to hire thieves, which are units that don't level up, but they can do special actions. It's nice to always have at least one thief, and a lot if you are a guild master. And the Temple, which is the big, expensive, important one, allows you to revive your units and heal your units within your cities and your capital through gold, which is one of the most important uses for gold in the game. So what I'm going to do is just purchase the Temple right away to keep things moving. You can see right there. All right.
My services are required.
I love the voice acting in this game. It's got so much personality. And real quick, we do not have enough life crystals to research any magic. Okay. And we're allowed to learn up to level 2 magic. Okay. For this individual quest. It's 100 life mana for a level 1 spell, 200 for a level 2 spell. And life mana is the primary mana crystal of the Empire.
My services are required.
Okay, so we look around the map, we can see all kinds of stuff here. So again, we're just kind of teaching you how to play right now. You can see that there are these different resources on the map, these icons here. Like how this one clearly relates to this gold mine. This is worth 50 gold per turn if your terrain is under it. Our terrain is this lush green grassland.
I'm too old for this.
It emanates naturally from our cities. You can see we have life crystal up there. We have a little bit of gold down here that we don't have yet, but that'll naturally come into our border very quickly. Or else we could actually hire heroes to go get that for us faster. We can see, though, that there's a peasant defending an item down there. Very, very weak peasants are some of the weakest people in the game. Let's go fight them.
For the Empire!
So this is what the battle screen looks like. You can see we've got our 2 rows. They've got their 2 rows there. We can see the health of the people. We can hold a right click on anybody to learn stats. He's got a 75% hit chance, only does 15 damage, very low initiative. So they're going to act very slowly. We're going to completely kick their ass. This guy's in the second row, and there's people in front of him, and he's a melee fighter, so he can't even attack until his first row is dead. This is, like, the easiest thing in the game. So the order people can attack in is based on their initiative. High initiative is better than low initiative. Nope, missed with that one. Got stabbed. We'll have our healer there take care of it. And also at the end of every round, all of your healers get to use 1 heal, which is another reason of why healers are incredibly important. Everybody gets 2 experience. So we need 75 to level up the fighters, 80 to level up the acolyte, and 150 to level up our hero. Heroes can level up, I believe it's forever, and they gain abilities that they level up that you pick. The most important thing is that we level up our hero a lot, because he's going to be the guy that we carry over from quest to quest, and a saga is a series of quests. So what's the hotkey for end turn? Oh, right, there isn't one, I think, in the first game. I think that was added to the second game. Your choice. She was just asking what I wanted. She can have whatever she wants. Life potion. So this is a very good early game item. It revives a dead unit. They'll be revived with 1 health, but it's a lot cheaper than using a temple, so it's nice, or in case of an emergency, it's also nice. Well, if the Empire beats up peasants for seemingly no reason, what is this, real life? I know, right? All right, there's a random thug over there, some neutral thugs, so we're just gonna get some experience.
For the Empire!
So there are a lot of nice features added in the second game. Like, we can surrender, which is just it kills all of our people. We can retreat individual people, and we can skip turns. In the second game, there's a button where if you couldn't possibly lose, you could just have it auto-resolve the fight for you, which is very nice for saving time on power leveling. Very little experience on these easy encounters. It's mostly practice is what that's for. All right, so we can build something this turn. We don't really need to build a building yet, so I think what I'm gonna do is, I can't get a thief yet. God, I forgot the Empire Thieves look so awesome. I could get an Archangel early. An Archangel is a hero that is not very good in a fight and can't command many troops, but they can pay 150 gold to plant rods in the ground that will emanate your land. This is for getting faraway resources into your empire. I think what I'd rather do early, though, is build a guild for 150, a Thieves Guild. And we will hire a thief right there.
Yes.
Love thieves. All right, there is a zombie lair right there, unexplored. So we don't know what's in there. We're not allowed to see unless we have a thief check for us. So he has a 90% chance of success. If a thief fails, they're executed. Success. So now we're able to see what's in there is a single zombie. Now I know, just because I remember the game quite well, that a single zombie is like a level 2 fighter kind of guy. A little bit tough, but we can handle it. And we're just gonna use him to scout a lot. By holding control while we click, by the way, they'll know to path around enemies. If there is a safe path, they'll go around. Tab, by the way, is how I cycle between units quickly. We moved very slowly there, by the way, because we were moving through trees. All right, and we have enough cash for another building. I'm actually going to hold off a little, just in case something else comes up. And do I want to learn a spell right now? Air Ward is largely useless. Water Ward is largely useless. Lightning spell is always nice. Strength. 10% strength actually isn't that useful this early in the game. Change your government to strange woman laying in ponds throwing stones at people. Why does this sound familiar? I feel like that's a reference I should get. Clarity is a very good spell. 10% added to the initiative of target units. So the reason why that's important, even though it sounds very minor, is it means that if you were to cast on your team and you fight a team, and then every time that 2 people have the same initiative, they would normally like just dice roll on who goes first. This will mean that if you only get 1 point of initiative, if you break that tiebreaker, then your whole row of fighters will go before their fighters because, you know, if you had the same initiative going in, then you cast a spell, then you're good. So that's very, very useful.
For the Empire!
So I've learned that spell now. I can cast it if I need to. You cast those on the map. You don't cast those in battle. Love magic users in this game. Magic users typically make an attack roll against every single enemy. However, it's low damage in comparison to a ranger who would do a single target anywhere they want, or a melee fighter who's anyone close to them, basically. All right, so there's a city up there, barely defended. It's a level 1 city, so it regenerates people's health points or hit points by 10% a day. Sorry, I'm still sick. Hey, Igdisis. How's it going? True Sight Scroll. Okay, so a scroll, it is a one cast use of a spell. Now let me remind myself here. Yes, use of Staff and Scrolls. Yes. Mage Lords, by default, already know how to use scrolls, so I'll pass that off to him at some point. We don't know what's in the abandoned farm, so we'll have our thief check it. Success. We can see it's a hill giant, so that's a base unit for the clans. They're quite powerful and have a lot of health, but I can take them.
My lord?
Right now we're just playing really classic PC games that I grew up with, just having a fun, relaxed night. For anyone who doesn't know, Igdisis is one of the guys who helped teach me how to speedrun Silent Hill 2.
For the Empire!
he speedruns tons of horror games, so if anyone's interested in horror game speedruns, go follow him. We also want to play some Civilization 6 together sometime, so I'm sure we'll play some casually and maybe some on stream someday. I don't know. We haven't really worked out plans or anything. Here we go. So we've just taken this city. Ooh, capture cities, transform the land around them. Right, that's a tutorial thing. I can explain that. So this city also will emanate our land just like the capital does. Now, emanated land doesn't go across rivers, for instance. So if there's a resource over there we want, we either need to capture a city over there, if there is one, or we need to get one of our archangels over there. Archangels. I love how much personality this has. So we can spend 150 gold here if we want to. Contains more units, increases hit point generation per turn, and a defense bonus increase. So right now, we're moving pretty fast because we're fighting weak units and we're healing with our Acolyte every turn and everything. We haven't needed to slow down to sit in a city and heal yet. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pay 50 bucks, have one fighter there defend it. I don't see any enemies nearby to attack it, so we're just going to get moving. There's an alchemist shop here right now. I'm just going to go walk to the alchemist shop, see if they're selling anything cool. Can I go grab that? No. Destination cannot be found, so I can't grab that without fighting a guy. I can see that there's gold up here that I might want to get an archangel to get for me at some point, because it's quite far away from my capital. It would take a long time to grow to there. And there's a city up there, but we can't see it well enough yet to actually know what's in it. All right. It's pronounced Archangel. Okay. Got stuff to do, gonna lurk. I hope you have fun learning about the game. If this game looks up your alley, it's got multiplayer. It's a very old game, but it actually runs quite well. It's like $5 probably on goodoldgames.com. And I use some software to run it windowed. I can help you out with that software if you ever want to play the game. So this is one of our big decisions we have to make because this is actually very consequential, whether we want a cleric or a priest from our Acolyte. So again, a priest heals 40 health to a single target, so that's double the healing power of our Acolyte. The cleric heals 20, so the same as the Acolyte, but to every one of my people every time he heals. So he's really good at countering mages who are going to hit all your people, whereas this guy is all about keeping those frontline guys alive mostly. Now, I actually have a lot of health across all my frontline guys, so I'm going to go with a monastery in this one. It's a bit of a short-term decision I just made in terms of why I picked it. But it's going to be a short-term map. This is not a big mission. This is like the easiest mission of the game, pretty much. All right, so we have a lot of life crystals. I might learn a level 2 spell here. I am a big fan of a lot of the level 2 Empire spells. So you have Haste. It recovers 50% of your movement points. That is very nice for just getting a lot of stuff done fast. We have Healing. It heals your entire party by 30 hit points. And we check donation. Oh, sorry, I missed that. I didn't hear an audio notification for that. I probably should have. Thanks for the $5 donation, Conk Donk. Fuck you. Get a Big Mac from Fatima. We don't eat Big Macs because we're not disgusting slobs, please. Judging all of you. No, I just have a diet and that's not within the diet. I'm at 12% body fat now, by the way. I finally did it. I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to take Living Armor. So, this is a cool spell. I can't cast it right away for you. I don't have the stuff for it. But it's a very cool spell where you can summon a powerful unit, mostly powerful unit, onto the field, and it has one turn of being alive where you can walk around with it and you can attack something if you want to. Or you could use it for scouting. The Legion of the Damned are very good at using that for scouting. Legion of the Damned and the Undead Horde both have ones kind of specifically made for scouting where they're weak and cheap. Okay, what's at the Alchemist? They're selling, healing potions and life potions and stuff for prices I don't like. Okay, not interested. We'll go fight that Spearman. Alright, so Spearman, he does 50 damage, which is actually quite a lot. Ooh, don't miss. That hurts. And he has no armor, good to know. He might actually score a kill here on us, which would hurt our wallet. Alright, well that's enough to heal him so that he doesn't die in one hit. But he is going to try and kill him next turn. So we got to hit all of our moves here. Lucky. We're good. Although this guy's quite hurt. And next turn, we'll go grab that loot on the ground. There we go. We see our first Legion of the Damned guy. So this is one of their heroes. It looks like a warrior hero to me. We could go encounter him right now and learn about his team. I don't feel the need to at the moment. I'm going to keep scouting. You never lose the vision you gain, by the way. Magical Scroll Shop, okay. Now, if he kills me, he steals my loot, by the way, so he would get this True Sight Scroll, which is not a big deal. I don't care if he has it, really. And we already made the monastery, so I'm going to go ahead and make the chapel. And those are all the upgrade buildings that we need currently. Oh, man, 5,000 bits from Evely. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I'm not sure how much money that comes out to. Oh, he's attacking me. Okay. So the thief here is doomed. I'd had to get very lucky with him missing. But we got to see his party. So he's got a possessed there, which is just a fighter. It's like our fighter, but with a little more health. He punches for 25 damage. He has slightly more health than our guy, and he looks horrifically fucked up. But again, I love the art style of this game. That'd be $50. Is that $50? I don't know. A bit is a cent, isn't it? Well, Twitch does take a little bit of it. I don't know exactly how much it comes out to, but thank you very much. That's a lot of money. That might actually cover dinner that Fatima's getting right now, which is very nice, because usually we have dinner pre-prepared for the week, but this week we've been quite busy and unable to do it. They have their warrior lord here right now, which is the Duke. It is $50. That's fucking awesome. Thank you. He does 50 damage to a single target and has 150 health. He's like a very powerful warrior. And they have a gargoyle here who's quite big. He takes up both the front and back row. These are archers, essentially. They attack anywhere they want with 30 damage, which isn't very high. And they don't have much health, but they have a lot of armor, so they take very little damage. Now, my thief is just 30 damage, 100 health. He doesn't stand a chance, so I'm going to try and retreat and hope he misses a lot. But he's likely going to die. Thieves are a bit expendable. Okay, thief died. That's why they're so inexpensive, is they're meant to be a little expendable. They don't level up or anything. Holy Armor Scroll. What does that do again? Enchanted units receive 20% less damage from attacks, and that would last for 1 full day. Okay, that's pretty good. Thanks for the resub there, Army Monkey. I appreciate it. Okay, we're going to naturally get these crystals pretty soon, just because of this city. I would like to scout over there. So I can actually make heroes from any town, so I'm going to make a thief from this town, so that is closer. Success. Okay, I can take that place out. And I am actually going to go over here, I think, before I start doing this area. We'll see how much that guy encroaches on me. Okay, I can handle this. Moving through water is the slowest movement in the game, by the way. This is one of the big advantages of the Legion of the Damned. All their heroes fly. And if you fly, you don't get affected by terrain, and so they're the fastest race at moving. Ah, I get a cent for every bit. Twitch takes apart when people buy bits. Got it. Thank you, Mighty Cleffa.
My lord?
Also, how much money do I have left over right now? You know what? It's enough that I could get an Archangel right now, and I think I will. Archangels can have a leadership of 1 by default, and so I like to give them a fighter just so they can run away if they need to.
For the High Father.
The Archangel herself is not very good in a fight. She is a healer. However, she can fly, which is quite nice. I believe most rod planters... A rod planter is what you'd call that kind of hero. Almost all rod planters can fly. The one for the clans can't. The biggest weakness of the clans is they're very powerful, but they... Alright, he's still quite hurt. I'm actually going to drop a heal spell. Oh, I didn't research it, damn. I'll drink a heal.
For the Empire!
Right, the biggest weakness of the clan is they are very slow at movement, but their units tend to have a lot of health and damage. Alright, you do 30, so I do need to hit him. Okay. I'm trying to make sure that the people who can reach this guy up here don't kill him, because this guy he can't attack this rogue because it's too far away. All right, we're in the clear. There we go.
Yes.